If someone keeps appearing in your thoughts not once or twice, but repeatedly, quietly, even when you're not trying to think about them, then pause for a moment. This is not random, it's not weakness, and it's not your mind playing tricks on you. Most people experience this, but very few truly understand what it means. You wake up and they cross your mind before anything else does. You go through your day, distracted by work, conversations, noise, yet somehow they return. At night, just before sleep, their presence shows up again, uninvited, and the more you try to stop thinking about them, the more persistent the thoughts become. That's when confusion sets in. You start asking yourself, why them? Why now? And why can't I let this go? Here's something important most people never hear. The human mind does not hold on to people without a reason. Thoughts are not random visitors. They are signals. When someone keeps appearing in your thoughts, it's usually because your subconscious is trying to process something your conscious mind hasn't fully understood yet. It doesn't always mean you want them back. It doesn't always mean love. Sometimes it simply means something inside you is unfinished. Psychology explains this through emotional memory. The brain stores emotionally intense experiences differently from ordinary ones. When a connection involved strong feelings, love, attachment, rejection, loss, or even deep comfort, the memory doesn't fade easily. It stays active, waiting for resolution. And when there is no closure, the mind keeps reopening the memory, hoping to understand it better each time. That's why the thoughts feel automatic. You're not choosing them. Your mind is trying to complete a loop. One of the biggest misconceptions is believing that thinking about someone means you're stuck on them. In reality, it often means you're growing. The mind revisits people who triggered change, people who awakened something in you: confidence, insecurity, vulnerability, self-worth, or emotional awareness. The person becomes a symbol. Sometimes you're not missing them. You're missing who you were when you felt connected, understood, or alive. This is why the thoughts can feel emotional even when you logically know the relationship is over. Logic and emotion are processed in different parts of the brain. You can understand something mentally and still feel it emotionally. Healing doesn't happen when logic wins. Healing happens when emotion is acknowledged. Another reason someone keeps appearing in your thoughts is because your mind associates them with safety or meaning. Even if the connection ended painfully, the brain remembers the moments when you felt seen, valued, or emotionally stimulated. And when life feels uncertain or overwhelming, the mind reaches for familiar emotional patterns, not because they're healthy, but because they're known. This is also why people often think about someone more during quiet moments, late at night, early mornings. When distractions fade, the subconscious gets louder. It brings forward whatever you've been avoiding during the day. And if someone keeps appearing then, it's a sign your inner world wants attention. Now here's where many people get stuck. They assume that constant thoughts mean they should act, that they should reach out, that they should revisit the connection. But that's not always what the mind is asking for. Sometimes the lesson isn't reconnection. Sometimes the lesson is understanding why the connection mattered in the first place. Ask yourself this quietly. When you think about them, what emotion shows up first? Is it longing, regret, sadness, peace, anger, or confusion? That emotion is the real message. The person is just the trigger. If the emotion is pain, there's something inside you that still needs healing. If it's longing, there may be unmet emotional needs you haven't addressed within yourself. If it's peace, it could mean you've already learned the lesson. even if the thoughts remain. Psychologically, the mind doesn't repeat thoughts to punish you. It repeats them to teach you. Every recurring thought is asking for awareness. The moment you stop fighting the thoughts and start observing them, their power begins to weaken. Resistance keeps them alive. Understanding dissolves them. This is why trying to force yourself to forget someone rarely works. The more you resist a thought, the more importance your brain assigns to it. Instead of saying, "I need to stop thinking about them," a more powerful approach is to say, "What is this thought trying to show me?" That shift alone changes everything. There's also another layer many people ignore. Sometimes thinking about someone isn't about them at all. It's about timing. Certain phases of life activate old emotional memories, growth periods, transitions, loneliness, self-reflection. During these times, the mind revisits past connections to compare, to evaluate, and to redefine what you want now. It's part of emotional maturation. This is why you might suddenly think about someone you haven't spoken to in years. Not because they're coming back, but because you're different now, and your mind is measuring how far you've come. Letting go doesn't mean erasing someone from your memory. It means releasing the emotional charge attached to them. You'll know you've let go when you can think about them without your body reacting. No tight chest, no sudden sadness, no emotional pull, just awareness. And here's something rarely said. You don't need closure from another person to find peace. Closure is something you give yourself when you understand the role someone played in your life and accept that the chapter served its purpose. Not every connection is meant to last forever. Some are meant to wake you up. So if someone keeps appearing in your thoughts, don't judge yourself. Don't rush to label it as weakness. Instead, listen. Observe, understand. Your mind isn't holding on without reason. It's guiding you towards self-awareness. The moment you learn what the thought is trying to teach you, it will slowly lose its grip. And one day, you'll realize you can remember them without losing yourself. That's when true healing begins.